Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing? So in tonight's video, I want to continue to talk about working with spirits in hoodoo, and I also want to talk about the importance of protection work, okay, as well as offensive work and defensive work, okay. Um, might go a little bit into left-handed works as it pertains to protection. Y'all remember there are two sides to any coin, right? um Duality is a thing. Polarity is a thing. There isn't really good or bad. You feel me? And understand that it is impossible to be all love and light. Okay. Yes, there are some people who only operate in the light. They only work from their right hand. Um which some would consider that's the light side, that's good. The left hand is the dark, it's evil. I don't agree. Now, can the left side be used for evil things? Absolutely. Absolutely. It gets pretty lit over on the left side, okay? Um, but it's all about what you choose to feed. Understand that in order to create, one must be able to destroy. In order to bless, one must be able to curse. In order to heal, one must be able to create conditions of dis-ease. And so, Ecclesiastes 3:1, there is a time for everything under the sun. Indeed, it is. As a matter of fact, I am going to read a little bit of that passage if y'all don't mind, okay? I know y'all don't mind. Y'all are aware that I work with the Bible, I read the Bible, I study the Bible, okay? I am a biblical scholar, okay? Um, because when you come to understand certain things, you understand that the Bible is necessary, all right? Ecclesiastes 3:1, a time for everything. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the sun. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. All right. That is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. And it is so true. It is so true. And as a hoodoo practitioner, okay, it is a time for everything. It is a time to operate over on the left side, and it is a time to operate over on the right side, okay? It is a time. Think about your home. What do you do? What do you have in place to protect your property, to protect your home, to protect yourself, your family, your personal belongings. Okay? Think about that. What do you have in place? It could be cameras, it could be a security system, you could have weapons in the house, okay? What do you have in place? A guard dog. This is being on offense. You are, it's kind of like if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Because if you have to get ready for something, you've already lost the battle. So you always stay ready. Okay? You should never have to, it's like if you have to defend yourself, there should be some level of offensiveness, right? And that doesn't mean that you going around starting shit, or that you get what I'm saying, but merely that you are prepared. You have protection, means of protection in place just in case some shit pops off, right? And just in case some shit pops off, you got a gun in the nightstand by the bed so you ready. Just in case. It's the same in the realm of the spirit. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. If you stay up on your protection, right? If you stay up on it and continue to operate in that, if you encamp yourself in an impenetrable fiery wall, a wall of fire, I mean hot fire, I mean if somebody come close to it, it's gonna burn them. They gonna feel that. That is offense, as opposed to not having anything in place and having to figure out how to defend yourself once the shit has popped off. It's kind of like, you know, yeah, you can come up in here if you want to. You don't know what's waiting on you once you get up in here. Once you violate, you don't know what's waiting on the other side of them doors. Because, baby, once you violate, I am ready and prepared to take you out. I stay ready. I'm on offense. Okay? Now, which of the two is more aggressive? Typically, being on offense is a little more aggressive. Someone who's not on offense, they don't have weapons in the house, they don't have a guard dog, anything like that. But if anything pops off, they will pick up the closest thing to them to try to defend themselves. Someone who is on offense, it's like you got to go through some things to get in here. And baby, if you get past those things and get in here, be prepared for the loss of life type situation. Being on the offense is typically more aggressive than simply, um, you know, defending oneself, right? So I tell people in hoodoo, in the spiritual community, period, you have to do offensive work and defensive work. You have to protect yourself. You have to be proactive. You have to put things in place, and you have to work in layers for your protection. Learning how to protect yourself should be the very first thing that you learn before you do any kind of spell, before you do any kind of ritual, before you do any money work, any love work, anything like that. Okay, you should be learning how to protect yourself, how to put up protection around you and everything connected to you, and how to keep that protection going, because it's not a one and done thing. And yes, you work in layers. What does that mean? That means protection work isn't just lighting a candle and praying a protection song. Right? It's not just, I don't know, praying Psalms 91, right? Working in layers means doing multiple different things to layer the protection. And so you may do 3 or 4 different things throughout your day. And it doesn't have to be big things. It could look like, you might pray Psalm 91, Psalm 35, sunrise, anoint yourself with some type of conditioning oil, any kind of blessed oil, right? Anointing yourself, that's another layer. You may carry a crystal on you or carry a mojo bag, that's another layer. And then doing, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, what have you, whatever ritual you do for protection, whatever that looks like for you. But in hoodoo, and I feel in any other practice, it is imperative that you work in layers and that you work consistently. Be consistent in all that you do. Be consistent in your work. And that's very important. And nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know what your strategy for protecting yourself is. Nobody knows what I got in my house. You ain't gonna know what I got in my house because you ain't gonna know how to come up in here. Mm-mm. You're not gonna know. Nobody needs to know, because when a person knows your strategy for protecting yourselves, guess what? If it's someone who's operating under demonic influence, who's trying to come at you, now they know where to attack. They know how to attack. They know what hours you were up praying, so they know what hours they can roam. You understand what I'm saying? They know what day of the week you do that ritual, and so they know what day of the week they can come at you to cause you to be tired, or to cause you to have to work late, or to cause you to be stuck in traffic, so now you can't do the ritual. You understand what I'm saying? And so nobody needs to know your strategies for protecting yourself. But you must protect yourself, and you must do so in layers. And you must do so offensively and defensively. Do I do left-handed work? Absolutely. Absolutely. When it comes down to protecting me and mine, because you're not going to catch me slipping. No one's going to catch me slipping. I have my own due diligence that I have to do. You understand what I'm saying? And so you put things in place. So I do protection from both hands. Because the way I see it is, if anyone even tries to get close to playing in my energy, if anyone even tries to tap into my energy, to do a reading on me without my consent, if anyone tries to play in my energy, if anyone tries to be nosy and look into shit, like all of those things, that is a violation. And so you have to deal with the consequences of that repercussion. When you play with fire, you get burnt. Take that, however, but it's really what it is. When you play with fire, you get burnt. So any violation of my energy is going to be dealt with expeditiously. There are things in place to prevent, to deter. Not even gonna get close to my energy, but the merely trying to is a violation, and it's gonna get dealt with before you even get close to me. That is being on offense, being on the offense. That is left-handed protection work. Again, it is very important that you learn how to protect yourself first and foremost before you do anything. Your ancestors are your first line of protection. So it is very important that you tap into that, that you learn how they want to be venerated, that you learn what offerings they like, what food do they like. You understand? What do they want on the altar if you're supposed to have one? Like, seriously, because they're your first line of defense. They're your first line of protection. And so before you get out here trying to manifest a love interest, okay, learn how to protect yourself. Because you can manifest a love interest, but if your protection ain't right, you can manifest a love interest who ain't got nothing, ain't about nothing, don't want nothing but to drain you dry. Okay? If your protection ain't right, you can manifest all the money in the world, but you ain't gonna keep it. You can manifest $1 million, but you're not gonna keep it if your protection ain't right. And so before you get into doing other things, you must learn to protect you. All right. In the next video, it's not even gonna be a video. I'm gonna put a ritual up in the group for anyone who wants to do it. But it is a protection working, okay? And I only want you to engage if you feel led in your spirit to. It's going to be something super basic. It's not going to be anything too deep. It'll be something super basic that is fitting for this juncture in the program, okay? But it's basic protection. And being a practitioner, being someone who carries light within you, being someone who is chosen and who is gifted, it is imperative that you protect you. All right. That's all I got, y'all. Ain't got no more. This is already close to 20 minutes. I don't want it to be over 20 minutes. Those videos take longer to upload. And then too, I need to know if y'all are able to watch these videos. I'm noticing that a lot of videos I'm posting have no views, even with me posting the link, and I know that they're clickable and viewable because I've tried it. And so I hope that you guys are watching the videos and taking notes and getting what you need out of these videos. If y'all have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me, send me an email and ask me. I have not responded to emails and or text messages and or phone calls yet. Give me some time. I will be doing that. I have a different number, and so I haven't even given the number out yet because I wasn't sure I was going to keep it because I'm getting a lot of spam calls and junk calls and from, for whoever had the number before me. But just kind of bear with me as I ease back into things coming off of my break. I was gone for about 3 weeks, but I'm back. I just haven't got through all of my emails yet, so y'all just bear with me. But anyway, nevertheless, I want to know if y'all are able to watch those videos. Definitely go back and watch any videos that you have missed, okay? Because as we move forward in this program, it's like next month, the information that I give you next month, we're going to need the foundation of what I've given you this month or even last month. You know what I mean? And so it is important that you watch all of the videos kind of in order. Um, you know, and beginning in August, I think we'll be back to like the regular posting schedules. Videos will go up on Tuesdays and Thursdays of each week, okay? The schedule for August is coming soon. That will be put up in the group, to where you can see what each weekly lesson will be about in the month of August, okay? Just know that this week, be on the lookout for an actual working, okay, where we are doing some hoodoo protection. All right, that's it. That's all, y'all. Until next time, be blessed. Peace.